Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are tackling a topic that I think for a lot of people causes a ton of stress.
Oh, for sure.
Housing. Specifically, we're zeroing in on that pressure cooker around Portland, Oregon.
Exactly right. And we're really focusing on you. If you're a first-time buyer, you're trying to put down roots, you look at the city center, and it feels impossible.
Like looking into a financial abyss.
That's the perfect way to put it. So our mission today is really clear. We're just ignoring the high-end stuff, the trendy, expensive neighborhoods. We are digging into the whole region to find the genuinely affordable, livable places for someone just starting out.
Okay, let's unpack that. We've gone through a lot of analysis for this, all of it aimed right at people trying to make that leap from renting to owning. And a core theme that came up again and again was this mindset shift. If you're feeling paralyzed by those prices in the city itself, the sources are really clear. You don't have to live in Portland to live well near it. The real opportunity is regional.
And we have to define what best even means here. We're not looking for the coolest spot. We're looking for real value.
Right.
The sources basically give us three key metrics. First, affordability, genuine affordability for a first-time buyer. Second, commute.
Time is money.
Especially when you have a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
And third is just overall livability. You know, things like schools, parks, walkability. You need to afford a life, not just a house.
That really frames the problem perfectly. So if we're hunting for that sweet spot, that balance of being close enough but also having options, where do the sources tell us to start?
They point right to the inner ring suburbs,
Okay.
the ones that are already established, closest to Portland with the strongest infrastructure. We're talking about Beaverton and Tigard.
Beaverton always comes up first.
It always does, and there's a good reason. It's a built-out system.
Yeah.
The biggest win, especially for someone new to the market, is the transit access.
You mean the MBEX lines?
The MX lines, the major highway, it's all there. It just dramatically cuts down on what the sources call commute friction.
And it's not just about getting into Portland, is it? I think that's a common mistake.
Not at all.
Beaverton is basically its own job hub. You've got Nike's headquarters right there, and it's the gateway to that whole tech corridor, the Silicon Forest.
Exactly. Your commute might just be a short drive or an easy train ride within Washington County, not all the way into the city.
So what about the houses themselves? What's the inventory like?
This is what's fascinating. One source pointed out that, yeah, Beaverton's median home price is still high, but the number of available townhomes and condos under, say, $450,000,
Yeah.
it's over 40% higher than in Portland proper. That mix of inventory, that's the real value. It gives you options that you just don't have if you're only looking for a single-family house in the city.
So to boil that down, the sources are saying that Beaverton's higher price tag is kind of the cost you pay to avoid commute debt and to actually have options to choose from.
That's a great way to put it.
But I want to dig in on that. If it's not cheap, what are you actually buying?
You're buying the potential for a one-car life.
Oh, okay.
And that is a massive financial advantage for a young couple or a single person. If you can use the Max or the bus for most of your trips, you are just slashing your costs for insurance, gas, maintenance. It's huge. Beaverton has that density that makes public transit a real day-to-day option.
Okay, so if Beaverton is the play for established infrastructure, what happens if you take like one small step further out, where the land opens up a bit?
Then you in Tigard.
And Tigard is often pitched as the slightly more affordable Beaverton.
Yeah, that's the reputation. Tigard has much more of that classic suburban feel. Think more open spaces, cul-de-sacs, that kind of thing. But it still feels close in because you have super easy access to I-5 and 217.
But wait, if it's more affordable, are we just kicking the can down the road? Does that one step out just create a worse commute, making the savings kind of an illusion?
That's the critical question, right? And the sources really get into this. With Tigard, you're trading, you're giving up some of the density and the walkability of Beaverton for more quiet, more residential stability.
So a yard.
A yard, yeah. And easier highway access. The trade-off is clear. Less nightlife, fewer coffee shops you can walk to, but you generally get more space for your dollar. It's a definite shift toward a more family-focused life from day one.
Okay, so now let's shift gears. Let's talk about the places where the math really starts to change, where you have to make a hard choice, trading your time for more money in your pocket.
We're moving beyond that inner ring now.
Right, we're going out to Hillsborough and then all the way across the river to Vancouver, Washington.
And this is where first-time buyers can find some serious financial relief, but they have to accept that compromise on time.
Let's start with Hillsborough.
Hillsborough out on the west side has been incredibly popular lately. The main reason is just a steady supply of newer homes.
Newer inventory is huge.
It's key.
All that new development in Hillsborough means your value per square foot is it's generally much better than the older houses closer in. You get modern construction, better insulation.
Fewer headaches.
Exactly. Fewer immediate repair bills, which is a massive deal when you've just drained your savings on a down payment.
For sure. And it's still well connected to all those Silicon Forest tech jobs, but the distance is real. There's no getting around it. The core trade-off here, the one you have to be honest about, is that you are saving on your mortgage, maybe a lot, but you are paying for it with your daily commute.
You're trading financial debt for time debt.
That's exactly it.
Okay, that brings us to the biggest gamble in the whole metro area. The one with the biggest potential payoff.
Crossing the river.
Crossing the Columbia into Vancouver, Washington. This gets complicated, but there are two massive financial incentives.
The Vancouver analysis is crucial, especially if you have a white-collar job. So incentive number one, home prices. They're rising, but they can still be lower than comparable places on the Oregon side.
And number two.
The game changer. No state income tax in Washington.
Okay, let's put some real numbers on that from the analysis. Let's say you're a household starting out maybe making $100,000 a year combined.
A good starting point.
Moving from Oregon to Washington, what could that actually save you?
Potentially around $7,000, maybe up to $9,000 a year.
Wow.
Just gone from your tax bill. That's immediate cash in your pocket.
But this raises the big question. What's the hidden cost of that savings?
Right.
There has to be a counterbalance.
Absolutely. And you have to look at it first. Washington's property taxes are generally higher than Oregon's.
Okay.
So the sources suggest that of the, say, $7,000 you save on income tax, maybe $2,500 or $3,000 of that gets eaten up by higher property taxes. The savings is still real, but it's not the full $7,000.
And then there's the big one, the thing that no tax spreadsheet can really capture. You have to face the daily reality of
Bridge traffic.
bridge traffic. We can't just gloss over this. What is the real cost of that commute?
The sources really dig into this, and it's not just about the extra time on the clock. It's not just 45 minutes instead of 25.
It's the mental fatigue.
The mental fatigue, the unpredictability. You never know if it's going to be a normal day or a total disaster on the bridge. One analysis basically calculated that the net savings of, say, $4,000 or $5,000 a year from the tax difference has to be weighed against losing 10 to 15 hours of your personal time every single month.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Is $5,000 a year worth losing a day and a half of your life every month sitting on the I-5 bridge?
Right.
The analysis makes it really clear. Vancouver is a fantastic option if your work is flexible. A hybrid schedule, fully remote.
If you're going into a Portland office 5 days a week, that savings can get eaten up pretty fast by the cost to your quality of life.
Yeah.
You have to calculate the true cost of living. That includes the taxes and your time.
Okay, so we've looked at the whole ring around the city, the competitive landscape. But let's be honest about the dream. Most people starting out still want to live in Portland proper.
Of course.
So who does it actually work for? Who can make a start in the city itself?
Portland is. It's definitely a viable starting point, but only for what the sources call niche buyers or compromise masters.
Compromise masters, I like that.
The analysis points to 3 main types of buyers who can pull it off.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, you have people who are just all in on condo life. They're happy with vertical living, smaller spaces, probably in an older building, but in a really great neighborhood.
Okay, so a condo buyer. What's number 2?
Number 2 is the buyer whose absolute number 1 priority is walkability.
Lifestyle over space.
Totally. They will gladly sacrifice square footage, a yard, maybe even a second bedroom, for the ability to just walk out their door to restaurants, shops, and transit.
And the third type?
The fixer-upper specialist. This is the buyer who has the cash or the skills to take on a major renovation.
Right, they buy the worst house on the best block.
Exactly. They know they're buying location and equity, not move-in ready comfort.
So that's the key difference. If your goal as a new buyer is a modern 3-bedroom house with a yard and a low payment,
Portland proper is probably going to feel impossible. It just demands these really specific and sometimes pretty painful compromises on size or condition or both.
Okay, so let's synthesize all this.
Yeah.
We've looked at the Beaverton infrastructure play, the Tigard suburban life, the Hillsborough value prop, the Vancouver tax gamble, and the Portland niche buyer. It's a lot to juggle.
It is. And the key takeaway from all the sources is that you have to custom fit your definition of success.
Right.
The best place isn't the one everyone is talking about. It's the location that perfectly balances your budget, your commute tolerance, and your actual life. You have to stop looking for the one best city and start identifying which specific trade-off you're actually willing to make.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by it all, just remember, the research shows options do exist. They just demand that you go in with your eyes wide open, ready to make a very conscious choice about what you're giving up to get what you want.
And that leads right into the final provocative thought here. Since you have these areas with such different trade-offs, I mean, Beaverton offers a short commute for a higher price, while Vancouver offers huge tax savings for a brutal commute. You have to decide what your true non-negotiable is. Is that immediate cash saving from no income tax worth the daily stress and lost time of that traffic? Or is paying Oregon's income tax just the price of admission for a sane 15-minute ride on the max?
Moving beyond just liking a neighborhood to really analyzing the cost.
The lifestyle cost versus the financial cost. That critical assessment, that's where the real deep dive truly begins for you.